One of the most important decisions during your car accident personal injury case is knowing when you should settle or take it all the way through a jury trial. Many types of accidents, including car accidents, medical malpractice, and slip and fall accidents, never make it to trial and settle out of court. But some cases are better off if they do go to trial. How do you know the difference? The best way to know what's best for your personal injury case is to hire an experienced lawyer. If your personal injury lawyer can get you a fair settlement for your injuries and damages without the need for a trial, there is no reason not to settle outside of court. But if you're dealing with an insurance company that refuses to give you what you deserve and your lawyer thinks you have a strong case, you'll have no other option but to go to trial. In today's video, we will be talking about when you should settle your injury claim outside of court and when it should be taken to trial. What's a settlement? A settlement is the formal resolution of a lawsuit before the matter is taken to court. You can reach a settlement at any point during litigation, and many cases can even be settled before a formal lawsuit is filed. Or they can be settled the day before or even the day the lawsuit goes to court. No two cases are ever alike, but settling personal injury cases follow a similar trajectory. First, the attorney of the plaintiff submits a demand letter. The demand letter includes the amount of damages the plaintiff is demanding, the legal argument that supports that demand, and copies of things like medical bills that support it. Once that is submitted, the defense attorney responds to the demand letter. Sometimes a counteroffer is made. Most of the time, the defendant and plaintiff will reach a settlement agreement that satisfies all parties before going to trial. Once an agreement is made, the parties sign a formal settlement document that includes a release of liability. What's a trial? When a personal injury case goes to trial, the involved parties argue their cases to a judge or jury that will determine whether or not the defendant should be held liable for the plaintiff's damages. There are 6 phases of a jury trial, which include assembling the jury, giving the opening statements, witness testimony and cross-examination, closing arguments, jury instruction, jury deliberation, and verdict. A personal injury trial could last just a few hours, or it could last a few weeks. But even trials that only last a few hours need an extraordinary amount of preparation by the attorney. So what are the pros and cons of settling? There are several reasons that you should want to settle before a court, but there are also reasons you shouldn't. Here are a few of them. Pro: settlements are much quicker than trials. A settlement, on average, will take 3 to 6 months to finish. A trial, on the other hand, takes twice as long to finish. Con: when you accept a settlement, there is a chance that you will receive less money than if you were to go to court. Each case is unique, and while most are fine to be settled before going to trial, some will benefit from the court system. And what are the pros and cons of a trial? There are several ways someone could benefit from taking their personal injury lawsuit to court. Here are a few of them. Pro: you have the potential to receive much more compensation if you take your personal injury claim to trial than if you settle. For example, the jury verdict could include more money for pain and suffering, something insurance companies try to minimize. Con: trials are often a long, drawn-out, expensive process. It's not unusual for trials to last longer than a year before they are settled. However, you never have to settle for less than you think your case is worth. Although risky and time-consuming, you can always take your case to trial to get what the insurance company won't offer. How long do both processes take? For the settlement process, depending on how much your claim is worth and how strong your evidence is, A reasonable offer could be made in just a few weeks. The time it takes to settle can vary significantly with every case, so putting a timetable on how long it could take for you to receive a check would be nothing more than an educated guess. For the trial process, if your case is pretty straightforward and your evidence is solid, your case may only take a few months. But if you are looking for a certain amount of money or it's a little harder to prove negligence in your case, the trial could drag on for a year or even longer than that. Before we continue, if you've enjoyed this video, please let us know by clicking the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification so that you never miss an upload. What should you look for when hiring an attorney? When you look for an attorney to represent you, you need to find an attorney that isn't afraid to go to court if necessary. You also need to be sure that they won't take your case to court if it doesn't need it. So how do you find the perfect attorney? It's as simple as asking the right questions. Ask them how many trials they've done and what their win percentage is. You want to find an attorney with experience, but you don't want an attorney who will rush you to trial just to rack up their attorney fees. Need help deciding whether to settle or go to trial? If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, call the Powerhouse attorneys at the Dominguez firm today at 800-818-1818.